Okay, buddy. Here's one more thing. There's one more thing. Well, look, there's something. There's something in there. Is it a gold bar? Is it diamonds? Is it... I don't know. You didn't lose them after all. It's the number plates. See if you can zoom in on that. It's the number plates for our F3. Turns out he didn't lose them after all. You look so cute in that. You look so cute in that. So cute. So I got this gift card, which is empty by the way, off eBay for $2.
That's $2 cash.
But that's not what I really care about, the gift card. I just felt like having a Tim Hortons on my layout. So I needed a sign for what I bought to be the Tim Hortons. And now I have a sign. Let me show you. I bought the Gerard Truss bag, which is, just a Bachmann Plasticville bag, but it was not in great shape. The little pieces were kind of falling apart on it a little bit. So, like the little outside awning with the little tree were kind of broken off, but they're still there, so I could put them back together if I really want to. I got this for like, I don't know, I think it was $4 plus shipping, which was like $3, so $7. I got this, and although I didn't really want a bag with, even though 4% on savings, look at that. So it's actually kind of keeping up with the times. Look at that. I just really wanted the building and not really have to go through the trouble of putting it together. And especially when there's so much of this stuff laying around, why make something from scratch when you can just get one of these items, especially Plasticville, and then just modify it? It doesn't have to be a bank. It can be a Tim Hortons with a drive-through, because it's got a drive-through. Why not? And my peeps in my town, which is growing, could use a place to get good coffee and good donuts. They used to be better, but whatever. They still taste great to me. Anyway, so I cut this off a expired empty gift card you get on eBay for like $2, and then ta-da, you got yourself a sign for good old Tim Hortons. Now, what I can do is I can use my label maker and print a diagonal or a vertical sign that says donuts or something to replace this, the 4.5% on savings, or I could just take that part off and then just leave it as Tim Hortons, because now, look at that. What was a bank is now an amazing donut shop. In the meantime, all this stuff, pretty cheap. It kind of comes apart. Like I said, I found this on a site for pretty cheap because the black top was the black bottom was a little warped. So, whatever, discount. But now, look at that. It's a Tim Hortons. Ta-da! Which is awesome because my peeps need coffee and donuts. So, like I said, I can stick this part back on in there and have it say something else, but I don't know. I might just leave it off and say the hell with it, so it doesn't block my sign. And all I can do is just Scotch tape it if I really want to. This now top of a gift card, which is now a sign. Good old Tim Hortons. Aside from my new credit card signed Tim Hortons that I got some other stuff for my layout. So for instance, while I was spending some time on eBay, I got some N-scale Humvees to keep an eye on Grumpy over there. You remember Grumpy, don't you? Yeah, well, he's still here. He's still in the mix. I also got some other stuff while I was shopping around online. For instance, courtesy of, well, not courtesy, I paid for it, Plaza Japan, I augmented my standard Kato transformer here with some controllers and switches and a DC controller too. So now it's separate. because I kept noticing when I kept plugging the one I had previously into the side of the Kato controller, it just kept falling off. So I got the DC adapter and run it separate, and now I just have this as my separate little control unit. Pretty cool, huh? Power it on, I can leave it down there, and now I have to worry about switches, controllers falling off of this thing, which was kind of a pain. In the meantime, yeah, now I've got my switches all able to be handled over here, and I don't have to deal with what's going on with manually, that is, controlling things and having to switch all this stuff one by one when I need to move stuff around in my yard. So yeah, not a big deal, but finally, which is really good, because if I got my favorite little engineer here on my lap, I don't want to be reaching over him and moving him around and making him uncomfortable while I'm trying to reach for stuff to switch these tracks. Can't have that. So now, no big deal, I've got everything wired up down here. Along the ways of me getting more stuff from Plaza Japan, which again I found out is Kato's mail order site, really, I got a few other things too. I got another set of these guys, so I could stick those in my yard. Just the Rerailers are nice to have in case I want to add a car in there by hands, and makes it easier to just kind of stick it on there. But I got some other stuff too. I'll show you. I also got these wonderful Toyota cars, which you can get over here in the States for, whatever is like $9, something like that, on Amazon even. They're like $3 on Plaza Japan, like real cheap. So I'm like, what the hell? I could use some Toyotas, why not? So I got some Toyota cars on there, and I got another Turnout, although I don't have it set up as of yet, but I got several other little things. So in the end, I spent about $50 on Plaza Japan. Mostly it was just like the wires, the extensions, and then, some extra 1, 2, 3 extra switches for the controllers. And all in all, I priced it out, and it's going to be way more than $50, even with the $20 shipping from Japan. Going with Plaza Japan, it's still cheaper. Oh, that's the other thing I got. I also got one of these little guys. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my nephew, Colin, he's going to 3D print me a little shunter locomotive shell. And then I'm going to put that on top of this, and then I'll be able to run this little guy as a shunter around my layout, which will be kind of cool. I did also get another locomotive, which came out recently from the good people at Scale Trains, because I wanted a fancy schmancy train for once. So I got me a Scale Trains SD40’2. These have been out, and there's several videos online already of doing reviews of these things. And it's really nice. It's only the DC version. So I figure, well, I got a DC layout. If I really want to, I can convert it to DCC later on. But then I feel compelled to do all my locomotives, well, the other 3 that I have, into DCC. So that would be my AC44 and my F3 that's in there that now will be able to get its long lost number plates, which were finally located. These are upside down. What number did I get anyway? Was that 302? Yeah, 302. Whatever. So I got this guy, and it's great. Unfortunately, though, it spots every teeny tiny little defect, if you have any, in your layout, and gets stuck on it. Specifically, what gets stuck on them is the gas tank, which I just decided to take off for now, and then put some Scotch tape on it to hold on to the little nuts. If I decide to convert it to DCC, well, down there is where you stick the speaker. For right now, it doesn't look perfect with a dinky little gas tank, so I'll just have to run it like that. Otherwise, it gets stuck on every little teeny tiny thing on my Unitrack. That's because my Unitrack isn't perfect, it's not just perfect. And really, the scale trains, there's just not a lot of tolerance there. The Kato stuff just goes right over it, no problem, obviously, but I think it's because there's just more tolerance. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll put up the listing of what I got for my latest Plaza of Japan order, and like I said, it was like $50. But when you price it out individually, whether you're going through eBay or Amazon even, that stuff adds up and it's way more than $50. It's totally worth the like $20 shipping cost to just do that and just go through, once again, Plaza Japan. The Humvees I got on eBay separately, but they were cool. A vet makes them or, prints them out and then paints them, which I thought was kind of cool. So I was like, all right, I'll support that, dude. For like $20, I get like 4 of these guys. And then on the layout itself, I got these wood chips, which are all around my condo or, apartment complex, I should say. And you know what? When they're all dried out sitting in the sun, they almost look like rock formations. So I got a bunch of them and just kind of compiled them together and stuck them into the barren wasteland part of my layout over here. And I don't know, I think they look kind of cool. I think I'll just kind of keep them, maybe expand on that, and maybe just keep putting them in there. Also, because they're real wood, they got this really cool grain on them. And you know what? It kind of looks like rock face, which, hey, I'll take. Why not? Nothing beats free when it comes to this kind of stuff. It's dry, they're clean, so there's no like little bugs or anything crawling off of them. But I don't know, I think they look kind of cool in the layout. And if I get enough of them and I bundle them together, I could make a little mountain if I want. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But in the meantime, I now have my Tim Hortons, so I can start serving my customers freshly brewed coffee and amazing donuts. Like I said, they were better before they were bought out by, I think it was Burger King, but still, Tim Hortons is awesome. And that's kind of the layout and the update and all the stuff that I've gotten so far. I did some more weathering. So I've officially weathered pretty much all of my cars. I got some other ones sitting down here on a spur. So I got a UP that's down here, which I weathered up pretty good. Again, all with acrylic paint, because that's the way to go is acrylic paint. Because if I want, I could take somebody's wet wipes. I don't know who, for that matter, but somebody's wet wipes, which are basically 99% water, and I can just clean up one of these entirely and restore it back to exactly like it was from brand new. So although this weathering sticks and it looks really cool and with a multitude of colors, gives you a lot of options, it doesn't have to be permanent. And if I ever wanted to sell any of these cars, no big deal. I just clean them up with some water, which because this acrylic paint's all water soluble, and go right back to where it was factory and sell any of this stuff. If I want. We'll see. So far, I like running this stuff. I'll end on that note, but in the meantime, thanks for watching this episode of Train Brain. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that jazz. And in the meantime, bye for now.